Porsha Williams sat down to sip hot tea with Drew Sidora on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, but ended up spilling some of her own. While the two attempted to make amends amid their ongoing friendship drama during Arigeway Season 16, Episode 13, Porsha explained that Dennis McKinley wanted to make it clear that he's not the one Drew was hooking up with. Then she casually mentioned the guy, Black, who you're dating or whatever. Instantly taken aback, Drew asked, "My friend?" and denied the rumor's accuracy. "I would not jeopardize my future with my kids to start dating. I'm going through a divorce," she replied, referencing her very messy, ongoing legal battle with estranged husband Ralph Pittman. "That's a friend. Listen, I'm not dating anybody. I don't have a boyfriend. So, for the record, we're gonna clear that." Later, when a producer asked how Porsha found out Drew and Black were dating, she blabbed, "Dennis told me," quickly realizing her slip-up. Prior to that, the only intel viewers had gotten from Porsha and Dennis' conversation about Drew in Episode 9 was the latter saying, "I'm not the one hitting it." When his ex-fiancée asked who was, then all he said back on camera was, "It ain't me." During an Episode 10 dinner with Porsha and Shamia Morton, Ralph also vaguely alluded to Drew having somebody else that she was dealing with, who was not Dennis. During their ill-fated sit-down, Drew also mentioned internet chatter about Porsha dating a famous rapper to illustrate that they could throw things out there all day about each other's personal lives. After denying the speculation, Porsha insisted that her intentions in bringing up Drew's love life weren't malicious. "Why would you let rumors about you and Dennis linger?" she wondered in a confessional. "If you're dating Dennis, you're dating Dennis. But if you really aren't and you're with Black, claim Black. But instead, I'm met with aggression. It's kind of annoying. Like, I just want to be good." Later, when both sat down for the first group dinner on the Grenada trip, the topic arose again, with Porsha citing Drew's repeating gossip about her dating life as an example of why they couldn't move forward with a friendship. When the latter pointed out that she'd done the same to her, the Pampered by Porsha founder attempted to defend herself once again. "I literally brought up Black because the whole narrative that you say you've been trying to clear up is that you and Dennis aren't sleeping together, right?" she said. "So if you're already dating this guy named Black, why did you let it go so far? Just say this is who I'm really with." Nobody, according to Drew, at least not seriously anyway. While chatting with Cynthia Bailey in Grenada, she revealed, "I am not dating. I've been, obviously, meeting people. And it's good to have, like, a friendship, I'll say that." When Cynthia suggested Drew has friends with benefits, she shot that down too, maintaining that her friendship was strictly platonic and again blaming her ongoing divorce and very petty estranged husband for why she's avoiding any serious romance. More recently, Drew updated Cynthia on The Real Housewives of Atlanta after show that she had casually gone out on dates, but a real commitment still wasn't even on her radar. Citing Ralph-induced trust issues, she further admitted to not being in the healthiest of places to even date someone, or 100% available to want to go down. The reality TV show was alive with the hum of cameras, crew members adjusting lights, and the occasional burst of laughter from the cast. Porsha sat on a nearby chair, her face a mixture of amusement and concern, clutching her script as she waited for her next scene. Across the room, Drew was chatting animatedly with a producer, seemingly oblivious to the storm brewing behind him. The producer, a sharp-eyed woman named Lisa, was known for her keen instinct and no-nonsense attitude. She leaned in slightly, adjusting her mic as Drew gestured passionately about his latest project. Porsha watched in silence, sipping her water, but her mind was racing. She knew Drew's love life was a delicate topic, one that often caused tension when brought up in the wrong context. Suddenly, Porsha felt a nudge from behind. It was her chance. She took a deep breath, straightened her posture, and approached the duo quietly. "Hey, Drew," Porsha called softly, trying to keep her tone casual. "Can I talk to you for a second?" Drew turned, smiling as he recognized her. Sure, what's up? Porsha glanced at Lisa, who nodded encouragingly but with a hint of curiosity. It's about your love life, Porsha said, voice lowering. I think it's better if we keep some of that stuff off camera. It's a sensitive topic, and I don't want it to blow up in your face later. Drew looked surprised, then a little defensive. You mean, like, I shouldn't talk about my relationships? Porsha shook her head. No, I mean, I've got some info, and I think it's better if we just take that part out. You know, keep the peace. Drew's brow furrowed. What kind of info? Before Porsha could answer, Lisa stepped in, her voice calm but firm. Porsha, what are you referring to? If there's something sensitive, we should handle it carefully. Porsha hesitated for a moment, then decided to be brutally honest. Look, I know Drew's been seeing someone, and I know details that could cause a lot of drama if they get out. I'm just saying, can you all take that out? Keep it private for now. There was a tense pause. Drew's face registered surprise, then a flicker of concern. You know about that. Porsha nodded. Yeah, I don't want to see your personal life become a spectacle. Sometimes it's better to keep things under wraps. Drew looked at Lisa, who raised an eyebrow, considering. After a moment, she spoke. All right, Porsha, I understand your concern, but we also want authenticity. If it comes up naturally, we'll handle it delicately. But I appreciate your discretion. Drew exhaled slowly, running a hand through his hair. Thanks, I appreciate that. I wasn't trying to hide anything, just, trying to keep some parts private. Porsha nodded, feeling a weight lift off her shoulders. Exactly. Sometimes, a little privacy goes a long way. As she turned to walk away, Drew called out softly, Hey, I owe you one. She gave him a small smile. Just looking out for you. Later that day, during the filming of the scene, the atmosphere was light, but a few moments later, the topic of Drew's love life unexpectedly came up. A fellow cast member, Jasmine, asked about his recent trip and if he was seeing anyone special. Drew hesitated, then chose to keep it vague, saying only that he was focusing on himself. However, moments later, the director signaled for a cut and approached Drew with a knowing look. You good, man? You seemed a little off during that part. Drew shrugged, rubbing his neck. Yeah, just thinking about some stuff. Meanwhile, Porsha watched from the sidelines, her heart pounding. She knew her intervention had helped, but she also understood the unpredictability of reality TV. Secrets often slipped out when you least expected. That evening, in the green room, Drew approached Porsha quietly. Thanks again for the heads up earlier, he said softly. I really appreciate it. My personal life's complicated enough without the cameras making it worse. Porsha nodded. That's what friends are for. Just remember, sometimes a little mystery can be good for you. Drew chuckled. Yeah, I guess I learned that the hard way today. As they shared a genuine moment of understanding, the producer Lisa rejoined them, smiling. You guys handled that well. Sometimes, the best stories are the ones you keep to yourself. And in that moment, Porsha realized that her honesty had prevented a potential media frenzy. She knew the power of discretion and the importance of protecting those she cared about, even amid the chaos of reality TV. In the end, the episode aired with a little less drama about Drew's love life, thanks to Porsha's quick thinking and the producer's willingness to honor her request. The viewers never learned the full story, and Drew appreciated the effort to keep some parts of his life private. Sometimes, a simple, "Can y'all take that out?" was all it took to maintain a sense of dignity in a world hungry for headlines.